How cool is that intro? The team in India absolutely nailing it. Hello there, 360 family, 18th of May. It's great to be here. Unfortunately, as we spoke about it on that Insta Live yesterday, I did mention there's a bit of rain around in Bangalore, in Bengaluru, and unfortunately that game got rained out. I'm not too unhappy about the 1 point for RCB. For KKR, not so much. Unfortunately, knocked out. That was the final nail in the coffin for them. And their IPL is pretty much done and dusted. So only 6 teams left in this year's IPL, guys, who can go through to the knockout stages. As I'm talking right now, there's a game on the go. RR seems to be on track against Kings Punjab Kings, getting a decent total there, but they did stumble initially, which maybe cost them about 10 to 20 runs, and maybe they will come up short. We'll see. It's all to play for there. It's come down to the final, 6, 7 overs now. So all to play for, guys. So I did ask you recently to share some art and to get a bit creative. There's the post. And I want to thank all of you for your participation in this. I saw some absolutely incredible art, really, really special. So many people took part in this, and so many of you out there are so creative. Unfortunately, I can only pick one, which I have done. But we will cover a few, and I'm looking forward to share that with you to show you guys how creative and talented some of you are out there. So without further ado, let's pull up some of the art that you guys created. There it is. How cool is that? Alien sitting there doing his 360 live. That's why I've got the green on, right? I've got to say that is my favorite. Really, really cool. I do feel like this little guy sometimes when I'm talking on the 360 show. Feel a little bit lost for words sometimes by the incredible engagement I'm getting, some of the fantastic cricket we're witnessing. Shashvi 3575. Well done. I think you came up with something absolutely brilliant here. I think we'll pull up a few other of the art that we saw. They're very cool there in the mobile version kind of stuff there, 360 live. Very cool. I love the almost, what is that? Sparks, fireworks, almost blue and orange. Really cool creative stuff there. I wonder how many of you I wonder what kind of apps you used for AI. There's so many different AI apps these days. I don't know. Some of you maybe created it yourselves with software that you've got on your PCs. I don't know. Ranjit Sharma, thank you very much. I agree. Very, very nice. Here's one from Deb Anshu. Very cool. Bringing the alien theme out again. Love that little global thing we've got going there. A very cool little guy there. It looks more like a baseball bat, though. I don't know. Are you trying to tell me something? Should I have played baseball my whole life? Did I miss a trick? Perhaps. I've never hit a baseball in my life before, so I would love to go and try it out over there in the. I know it's quite big in the United States of America, so maybe I'll go one day there and get in one of those range hitting stations to see if I can actually make contact with the ball. I'm pretty sure most cricketers will be able to hit it. I know they do have curve balls and all kinds of swing and slow balls as well that dip on you. So also a game full of skill. Absolutely fantastic. But maybe next time, I don't know, put a cricket bat in my hands. I feel a lot more comfortable with that, Deb Anshu. Moving on to the next one. Well done. Great art there. A bit more realistic here. This one, my back facing you guys, number 17, as you know, my favorite number. And also bringing the UFO theme there from the top. Very cool colors in the South African colors, the green and gold. I love that. So very cool there, Mystic Tiwari. Very nice creativity there. Next one then, guys. This is a bit different. What is this? Is it like a Colosseum, ruins? I don't know where in the world this is, but pretty cool stuff. Maybe it's that movie 300. Gladiator, that's what comes to mind when I see this one. I don't know how to look at this. Very cool. Another very creative one. I love the kind of flag there in the middle. Well, once again, that golden color coming through. Very, very cool piece of art. Well done there. Moving on to the next one, guys. Before we get to the cricket, a bit of a Euro moment there, Euro character kind of style with the blue and red. Love that as well. I love the fact that the red is there, a bit of RCB vibe, not so much the Mumbai Indians vibe there. I'm still worried about them in this IPL, making a late run at things again. As I mentioned to you guys in that Insta Live yesterday, I've got a quiet, silent little eye on Mumbai Indians as they're starting to look dangerous towards the back end of this tournament. Make or break games for them coming up still. I mean, all teams are still pretty much fighting for those spots in the knockouts. So we'll see what happens. They're a very cool piece of art. Adrija, I couldn't really pronounce your name there. All right, then a bit more, I think a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Realistic stuff here. It looks like this was drawn. It looks like me, I've got to say. Very well done. Love the colors in the background. Love the red RCB. Sanskar. Well done. Great piece of art. Very, very cool. I would love to know how you did this, if you used AI or if you actually did the effort to go and paint this. Nonetheless, very, very creative. Well done. I think it might be the end. Maybe a couple more. Let's move on to the next one, guys. Wow, look at that guy. Look a bit like the Terminator here, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. All right, 360 live there with my name at the bottom. I really like that green. It's almost like the shirt I'm wearing. Maybe not quite. I don't know what color that is. Maybe you guys can help me, but very, very cool piece of green worked into this art. Manoj, well done. Very, very cool piece. Last two pieces then, guys. Pull it up. Once again, the UFO theme there in the previous one. This a bit more basic, but what I like about this one, it's quite powerful. I love the teal. I think that's the color teal, which is the main color for the Brisbane Heat team over there in the Big Bash. So I used to play in this shirt, or this color shirt. It's very powerful. I love that round arrow at the top, almost, I don't know, endless kind of circle created there, similar to the way I would like to play my cricket, with a circle, bringing the cricket field in there. Maybe also a little bit of outer space kind of theme there at the bottom with that circle there. Almost looks like you watching from a different planet. Very cool there, Shanu. Well done. Last but not least then, people, before we get into the cricketing stuff, this is a very cool piece of powerful batsmanship. Love the colors, the yellow and orange with the black, the blue in the background. Very, very cool. Aditya, well done. Guys, that's it from the art side of things. Thank you very much. I did pick that top one as the winner, and you'll see that's pretty much the theme. There it is. I love that. I mean, I laugh at that when I see it. So I like the humor in that. I love the fact that the yellow pops in the corners there. The moon is there. And this little confused alien dude staring at his laptop, as I so often do. Also, the green coming out there again, obviously in the alien himself, and the cricket field in the background. I do love this thing. Starry sky. It makes me dream a little bit as well when I look at this piece of art. Very cool. Well done, Yashasvi. Reminds me of Yashasvi Jaiswal, who's unfortunately out, but he did cause some havoc up the order today in RR's chase, alongside Vaibhav Suryavanshi, hitting the ball to all corners. And my boys absolutely love watching these two play. And I understand why. Of course, it's boundaries, left, right, and center. By the way, I apologize for this light coming through. I'm taking this live session a bit later than per usual on this Sunday afternoon. We just had a lunch, and very nice, quiet family lunch. I actually used the gas barbecue grill, braai, whatever you want to call it. And I did some ribs on there, also a pizza, because, I mean, kids, they're still very young. So a little bit finicky with their diet still. I'm still working on that. And if any of you have tips for me as to how to feed my children, how to get good, healthy food into their systems, please shout out. It's really tough. They just sometimes decide, nope, I'm not eating. And then it really sort of drives us a little bit mad in the house. My wife and I just look at each other and go, what now? So we try and mix it up. I had a pizza there, some French fries, some ribs, salad. I mean, you put like 10 dishes on the table and just pray that they take a liking to something. 66 or 30 balls then for RR. Wow, 6 wickets in hand, all in the balance. Hetmeyer, unfortunately, have come up short quite on a number of occasions. during this IPL. He bats at a very difficult position, so complete understanding for his inconsistency this season, but hopefully for him, him and Dhruv Jural will pull it through. We spoke to Dhruv as well. If you haven't seen that interview, guys, there is an interview that I had with him on the show. So go on my YouTube channel and go scroll through the things there. Also, Shashank Singh, guys. I challenged him to get to 400 runs. And I've got to say he's on track, and I'm going to have to make a public statement of some kind to give him a bit of credit if he does get there. But he's definitely on track. Great knock today, 59 of 30 balls. The Marvel Zone, you are back. Welcome back. I will never get your name wrong again. This is Aditya. What's your take on the performance of emerging players like Neil Wadera? I love watching him play. I really do. And Shashank. Both of them played a really good hand today. Unfortunately, Wadera got out at a bad time there, but he already created momentum for the side. He did fantastically well. Just a natural worker of the ball. He's also got power. But what I like about him is he finds spaces in the field. I mean, the ground they're playing at today is really good value for shots you get over there, so you don't really have to overhit it. But it takes a smart cricketer to use the pace of the bowler, work him over 45, fine leg, the short fine leg, that is. For those of you who didn't know, we call a 45 a short fine leg. So just another little funny name that cricketers have come up with. There's so many funny names: silly point, cow corner, and I mean, just crazy names. I actually want to know from you guys what you think the funniest field placing name that was handed out to us cricketers. Please let me know. Anyway, yes, emerging players, Wadera, Shashank Singh, fantastic. And I mean, that is the story and the trend with every single IPL. I'm taken aback by how much talent comes through every single season. Every season you go like, okay, it can't get better than that. And then the following season, it beats it again. Look at Vaibhav Suryavanshi as well. Coming through this season, 14-year-old, and making the bowlers look like they're bowling underarm to him, underarmers. As I've called out before, I would just really love to see a bit more consistency from him. Very flashy, fantastic start today, but what a fantastic foundation that is to really make it work and go bigger and really cash in, extend that innings a bit longer, have the ability to think like, okay, I've got 40 of 20, I've done the damage here. There's no need to take overly risky decisions out there anymore. Just extend it a bit for 2 or 3 overs, and the game is pretty much done and dusted. And then we can pull the trigger again. So he's really just still got to learn that. But in the same breath, he's still very young, and we're going to have to be patient with him as fans, as cricketing fans of his fantastic talent that he has. Let's talk about yesterday's game then, guys. Inevitable to have to talk about this. I've been there at the Chinnaswamy when those thunder showers come down, and there's just no stopping it. And huge rain was forecasted, and I worried before the start of this game. I think it was a lot more painful for KKR as they really were desperate for a win. And unfortunately for them, that is the end of their season. RCB won't be too unhappy with the 1 point, but there it is. Confusion. And I mean, just disappointment all around that squad, as they've got such a fantastic squad. Defending champs, Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan, so many great, Ajinkya Rahane. I just love watching those guys play. Great team. And unfortunately, it just didn't work for them this season. Didn't click. And that pretty much sums up their season. A rained out game to finish things off. They've still got some cricket to play, but unfortunately for them, it will be dead rubbers and maybe an opportunity to give some youngsters a chance to see what they're made of. All right, let's take this question. User, any advice for RCB going into the playoffs, especially to Rajat and Jitesh? Your insight would be invaluable. First of all, most importantly, just stay fit, please. These injury scares are killing me. Really, stop that now. All of you RCB players, get fit, stay fit. Because I feel this is a great opportunity for us to go all the way this season. There's momentum, there's confidence, there's a Virat Kohli, there's an informed team. Just stay on the park, please, people. No real advice, guys. I would say just keep doing what they're doing. They know as much as I do there will come incredibly important, pivotal moments in the knockout games. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do to prepare for those moments as well. It's more an instinctive thing. To have the ability to identify certain moments, take certain catches that can swing the game, not to bowl no balls at the wrong times and give away threes. Things like that is what the championship teams tend to do when they win the IPL. Look at CSK against RCB the other night. You just could see it's not CSK season. Bowling no balls at the wrong time. Jadu and MS not getting it away. I'm talking about a few weeks back now, obviously. But just to sum up what I'm trying to say, there will come pivotal moments where you'll have to use your dynamic and your presence as a unit to cross the line. And that's what knockout games are all about. I can go back through all the knockouts and all the disappointments in my career. There were pivotal moments. Sometimes still at night, I think of one or two games, and I go like, "Oh, that was the moment." You didn't realize it at the time, but always in hindsight, you look back and you go, "That was the moment," and it was so unpredictable. No one saw it coming. There was a stop in the field, or a no ball at the wrong time, or a batter deciding to go from fifth gear to second gear just for a brief moment and then fire again. Little things like that. Deciding not to take on the best bowler, but wait for the fifth bowler. You take a bit of a risk. Of course, you extend the game longer. You take it deeper, but you know there's something coming, and you identify that as a cricketer. And it's little moments that you can't really prepare for. They happen on the park. They happen always in the qualifiers, the eliminators, the finals. There are little moments where, as cricketers, we can go back and go, over number 16.1, that is where we won or lost the game. Crazy, but that's what's waiting for RCB, and that will be my advice. Stay calm, use all the resources of the team, the momentum, the confidence you've built throughout this season, and take that to those big moments and go and win those big moments for the team. All right, Jung, do you see any scope of improvement in RCB? The whole team chipped in this season, and that's what I love about the squad. And we spoke about the balance so often leading up to this tournament. Even from the auction onwards, I spoke about the balance. Incredibly important not to have a batting heavy team or bowling heavy team or an aggressive team, overly aggressive. Just have a nice, good balance so you can have options out there in the middle, give options to the captain and to the coach as to play around with the squad. And what I love about RCB's squad, and that's why I say they have a great balance, the majority of the team chipped in under pressure. Krunal Pandya, Patidar, Virat, then it was Hazelwood, then Nagiri when he came in. Everyone played a role at some stage, and that is a sign of a healthy team and a healthy unit. So just more of that. I don't see the need for improvement. Just those little moments. Just believe and have the confidence and use that chemistry that you've created as a unit to go and play those big moments well. Thanks, Jung, for that. Points table, guys. Let's have a look at that quickly. RCB right at the top. That might change today because GT will be taking on DC after this game. We also have Punjab Kings that can join RCB. We need to pull up that scorecard again because I think things might have changed. 48 of 19. It's really favouring Punjab. What a great comeback because after that opening start, the partnership from RR's perspective, it looked really bleak for Punjab, but they've pulled it back exceptionally well, taking wickets at the right time. And it seems like they might just cross the line and join RCB at the top. But I think RCB will still clinch it with the better net run rate. We'll wait and see and get confirmation pretty soon. 3 overs, what is that, 12 minutes? So in the next 10 to 12 minutes, we'll find out. So looking forward to that next game. DC have had a big break now. They've also been a little bit out of form. That is coming up next, guys, starting at 6:30 p.m. IST. That will be 3 o'clock here in South African time. Have they already started? They've started already. Oh my gosh, sorry. Anyway, let's have a look here. I've been covering this IPL, waiting for you to land in India, sitting in Delhi media box right now for the Delhi GT game. Very cool. DC losing means RCB qualifying tonight. That is correct. I will be watching. I'm not watching right now because I'm talking here, but can someone just confirm the game must have started? Yes. No, starting at 4 p.m. South African time. 4 p.m. So that's 7:30. That's a mistake there at the bottom, I think. Maybe that's just when they go live for for the pre-match coverage. I'm not sure. Anyway, 35 minutes from now, hasn't started yet. They will be going out for the toss in the next 5 minutes. So looking forward to see what happens there. That will take place in Delhi, guys. I think if I remember correctly, maybe someone can. I know the scheduling changed and the venues. Maybe someone can just confirm that for me. Are they playing at Delhi? Yes, it is Delhi. Okay, so it's a home game for DC. Haven't been in the greatest of form of late. They had a flying start initially in the tournament, so obviously without having to state the obvious, needless to say, incredibly important game for them. Remember, they have the advantage of being on an odd number, similar to Punjab, but now RCB as well. So maybe that's not an advantage anymore, and they'll just have to go blazing. 3 games to go. They'll have to probably win all 3 of them. We'll see. All right, let's talk about the World Test Championship quickly, guys, as we've got the squad's strategy for stopping Stephen Smith in the WTC. I don't know. Wow. Over there in England, his record is phenomenal. They are the squad's captains, Pat Cummins and Themba Bavuma. There's been some great media coverage over here in South Africa. Sorry about the light, guys. I don't know how to change the angle. Maybe that helps a bit. Great coverage from Themba and the team over here in South Africa. There's lots of commercials on the television screen. The South African public, they're really getting fired up for this and really hope that our boys do well. Good squads, both teams. I've told you guys, and I'm not shy about saying this or scared of saying this, but Aussie team are most certainly the favourites. I covered that yesterday on that Insta Live as well. It's a powerhouse team that's lots of informed players. Great experience over there in the UK, where with the South African side, not a lot of experience of playing at Lords. Not many of those players have played there before. I would actually love to find out how many of them have played at Lords before. It might not be any. Maybe KG. I think KG might have run out there before. He might be the only guy going through that list. Markram, perhaps, but I don't think so. Anyway, with the Aussie squad, quite a few of them have played at Lords before. Cummins, Kawaja, Labuschagne, Steve Smith, Head, all of them. I mean, they play the Ashes, so they have a lot of experience of playing over there in the UK. And not only that, they're a very informed team who've played some phenomenal cricket. South Africa's case, also informed, confident, resilience. Now, that word is what's going to make them win the WTC final. They're going to have to be resilient and fight through the ups and downs, because there will be some downs. Playing at Lords, the ball moves around a lot, and it's going to take some special performances from the batters. That's what I'm worried about most. I think the bowlers will have their say, and they've got enough skill to run through that batting lineup of the Aussies. But can our batters get 300 plus? Because that's generally a good score at Lords in an innings. Clearly remember a game we played against England. All 4 innings were around 300, and that's generally between 300 and 400 is generally a good score when you're in the game, because there's a lot of talk. You're never quite in as a batter. So yeah, let me know. Drop your comments down below. What do you think? Who will win? Australia, South Africa? It's the World Test Championship final. It is a big one. It is massive, and I will most definitely be there. My flights are booked. I'm taking my 2 boys on a boys trip, leaving the ladies behind and joining with some friends as well and their boys. So we're going to be a group of about 10 just guys going to watch. I mean, it's a bucket list kind of thing. Even though I've played there, it will be a bucket list tick for me, most definitely for my boys, to go to Lords as a fan and just, soak it all in, just enjoy every moment. Phil Salt or Jacob Bethel? Let's move back to RCB. What do you guys think? You are the greatest batsman of all time. Thank you. That's your opinion, and I appreciate that. And that's still an understatement. In upcoming matches, would you play Phil Salt or Jacob Bethel? I did cover this yesterday in that Insta Live. If you haven't had a look at that, it is archived on Insta if you want to go have a look at that chat that I did. Salt is more of a hit or miss, while Bethel is a class act. And I won't say hit and miss. That is a bit rude. He's a very aggressive player. Takes a lot of risk. Very similar to like a Vaibhav Suryavanshi that takes a lot of risk up front. If he does come off, he generally wins you the match, and it takes a lot of pressure off the rest of the batting lineup, in particular Virat, who can just play his natural game. But I would say in knockout stages, I would generally go for a more street smart batter, a guy who can play different situations, a guy who can go from the first to the fifth gear, pull back to the second gear, go to third, go to fifth, go back to second, and sort of play what he sees out there and use his instinct to sort of manipulate the fields and play on the captain's mind and the bowler's minds. So I would lean towards Bethel in that regard, and we'll see what the coach comes up with and the captain and what they decide on. But I love this Phil Salt, guys. It is a bit of a gamble because he's very aggressive, takes a lot of risk. But if he does come off, it can win you the match in a very short period of time in that power play, right? And we have to cash in at the power play. It's been a bit of a trend of this year's IPL. The opening batters have been very aggressive and have won games in the first 6 overs, which is incredible. Yeah, Temba's played 1 test match at Lords. Thanks, team, for the analysis here. He scored 59 and 21, top scoring in both innings. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. 21, top scoring in the second innings. Ouch. England won that test match. But anyway, Temba's played there before, so I was wrong. I thought KG might have played, but KG must have played a match there. Come on. Team, was he injured for that test? Why would Temba have played but not KG? Come on. Can't be. Maybe he was injured or maybe he was, I don't know, busy with other stuff. That's naughty. Hazelwood. Let's have a look. Here, pull up the next question. Something on Hazelwood I saw and Bethel's availability. I know a lot of teams are struggling with the makeup of their squads moving forward. A lot of players are leaving for international duty. Some injury concerns as well, but there's the available players. Bethel only for 2 league games. That's unfortunate, which is not great. He's got 2 games to go and he's heading back home. So that sort of solves the problem for the coach. It's going to have to be full salt for the rest of the tournament then. And the 2 stars, Mr. Ngidi, he's finishing the league stages and then he's heading back to prepare for the big final, right? So fair enough, understand that. Yeah, that's right. Okay, but I mean, there's still a lot of depth there. Tim David, Liam Livingston, Nuwan, Romario Shepherd. That's what I mean. Everyone chipped in this season, guys. I'm so confident with the squad here and the overseas players, the locals. Everyone sort of made a play throughout the season, which is phenomenal. Generally bodes well for the rest of the tournament if teams do that. Yes, the Hazelwood Bethel question, and I sort of covered that already. Hazelwood, I just hope he gets fit. I think he will be available till the end of the tournament if he's fit. I'm not sure because I don't see his name there on that list. But it would be absolutely fantastic for RCB. He is a machine of a bowler, and I love watching him bowl. So he's a wicket taker. He can be economical. He can bowl to death. He can swing the new ball. He can nip it around. He's the all-round perfect bowler to have in the side. So, all right, coming to RCB. Let's have a look at this question. Something about RCB and vlogs. Make some vlogs when you come to India and of the final also if RCB plays. I have committed. Flight's not booked yet, but I will be going to the final if RCB is there. I will not miss that for the world. And there's Virat and myself in India and South Africa clothing. That was at the Wankhede Stadium, I think. And yeah, I remember Sachin Tendulkar was there to congratulate me after that game, something I'll never forget. He wasn't playing at that time, but he came down from the stands to say, Abi, that was a phenomenal knock, well done. And I really appreciate that. I will do something, no doubt about it. Follow me on social media as always, guys. Keep an eye out for my YouTube channel. Hit that bell notification so you will be notified when I do stuff. And also Insta Live. Very easy to go onto Insta Live to give you a bit of feedback of my travels in India. I will be there for the last 10 odd days of the tournament. So very much looking forward to that and very happy that I'm coming because we were all a little bit worried about the IPL when that friction took place. And I don't know, I think it's a lot better now. And I hope and pray that everyone will be safe over there in Pakistan and India and then nothing will escalate from here on in so that the tournament can finish and that we can help RCB lift that trophy. Who do I like most? Who am I closer with? Virat, Chris, or Mr. Nag? Mr. Nags. I mean, such an irritating little guy. I'm kidding. I became really good friends with Danish. I miss him. Mr. Nags, he's a funny guy. Always got a smile on his face, and I've so much time for him. Mr. Chris Henry Gale, same thing, always a happy camper. He really loves life, enjoys it. I mean, he is quite entertaining to follow on Instagram. He is borderline crazy sometimes, but that's Chris Henry Gale for you. He brings the energy, he brings the vibe. He is the universe boss after all. So lots of time for him. And I mean, we became really good friends over the years, played many cricket games against each other, also shared a dressing room at RCB with so many great memories. We should have won the trophy a few times together, but unfortunately that wasn't meant to be. But maybe in the next life, we'll we'll open the batting together or something. I don't know. Virat is the top of the list, guys. He's like a brother to me. We became really close over the years. We bounce ideas off each other. We share each other's down and disappointing moments, and also the good times. So just a really good friend, a man with a great heart, and a man that's going to lift the IPL trophy this year. Sky, Surya Kumar Yadav, Mr. 360. No, he's not. I am. Many great players comparing Surya Kumar Yadav with you. What do you want to say to them? I mean, Sky is a wonderful, wonderful player. There's no doubt he pulls some of these shots off better than I used to. But there can only be one original guy, right? I'm just kidding. I love watching this guy play, especially when he takes his time and he plays decent, normal cricket shots to start off with. But he played incredibly well this year. He played a huge role in keeping Mumbai Indians in the game, in the mix, almost heading to the knockouts, or at least a really good chance of doing so. He's hit that sweep shot so well this season and just played smart cricket, really sort of working the ball around, not all out aggressive batting. And I love that about a guy who's able to adapt. 22 of 6 balls RR needs. So keep an eye out on your television screens, guys. It's getting pretty close. My analysis and prediction is awesome. Thank you. I try my best. I do my homework, and I love following cricket matches and reading the dynamic of the ebb and flow of how the momentum goes in the one way and sort of the other way. And I obviously haven't played cricket my entire life. I generally have a good feeling of where a game is headed, but that is not done yet. All right. RR, last couple of questions, guys, before I've got to go. Your opinion on RR choking in the later half of the match. There's that word again. No, man. That's almost like saying in Salakap Namda. You're not allowed to say that. We don't talk about choking. There's no such thing as choking. I had a massive fallout on a group today with some former school friends of mine. All right. So my school played against our arch rivals, Grey College, yesterday. We lost. Very sad, very disappointing. And some people in the group said, there's Afis again choking like the Proteas. And I went cold. I don't believe in that word. I really don't. The fact of the matter is, in sport and in life, there are moments, opponents, situations that make a person or a team a bit more uncomfortable than other normal situations. So for South Africa in the 90s, early 2000s, it was always playing against Australia. We could never beat Oz, all right? We broke that shackles in 2008 and never looked back. For the last 17 years, we generally dominated Australia. There's just no doubt about it. So it's not impossible to break that chain at some stage. Look at Roger Federer, greatest tennis player of all time. He had a very, very hard time against Rafa Nadal and Djokovic. It was almost his arch rivals, his nemesis, his downfall. Those two players, especially Djokovic, towards the back end, Federer just couldn't find a way to beat him. Now, do you call that choking? The greatest tennis player of all time? Are you absolutely joking? It is sport. It's competition. It's a challenge. There are mental challenges that you've got to overcome. Sometimes when you're ahead, you get into good position. The game's momentum changes. That is sport, people. It's not choking. The opponent comes back with fire and he unravels your game and ultimately beats you at the right time, playing the bigger moments better. I still don't think that's choking. It is sport at its best. Sorry, I'm just moving my laptop for the lights here. Maybe I should just take the light on. Is that better? I don't know. Because half doesn't really work. I look like an alien now. Anyway, so I'm the first person to put my hand up and say, I didn't play well there. I could have played that moment better. But at the end of the day, there's an opponent at the other side. There's a bowler that's worked his entire life to beat me in those little moments. So it's okay for him to also win. I understand when you are in a very dominant position, you need 10 runs of 20 balls, 9 wickets in hand. That's generally like a big shock if you lose from there. I still won't call it choking because obviously you must have made some mistakes, but also the opponents were there to try and get you out. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't see them as choking. I think Punjab has had a fantastic season, very confident in their ability. They knew that they just got to hang in there and they can bounce back. They are the informed team. RR is out. They've got really nothing to play for anymore. So they knew if they just hang in there, they might just find a little chip in the armor. And that is sport and the beauty of sport. Enjoy it for what it is and stop calling people or teams chokers. All right. Yes, I've never won a World Cup. I'm not a choker. All right. I got beaten sometimes. Gave it my absolute best. I left every single ounce of energy and of my ability out there in the park. And that's what I will be proud of for the rest of my life. Okay, Ayush, sorry for ranting. There's no harm intended, no offense. I don't like that word. I don't like to label sports people because I'm such a big fan of sport. And my heart breaks when people go down sometimes. But then always there's another side of the story. There's someone who managed to make that guy crumble under pressure. Okay, and that is the beauty of the game. Okay, last 3 questions. Goodness. Anupam, do you think Devil Brevis will serve longer for CSK? I'm not sure what kind of contract he signed or if they will retain him or if he'll go back into the mini auction. I'm not sure. I do feel that he's done enough for them to keep a hold of him. So let's see what they get up to. There's the piano. No, I'm not beating this light today, guys. So just bear with me. Take a bit of sun in this left eye. I think they will hold on to Devil. He's a fantastic prospect for the future, and I don't see any reason for them to get rid of him. So yes, is my answer. I think he will serve for longer. Next one, Anupam, thanks for that. Almost there, guys. Super chats. Where my super chat fans? Adrian, goeienaand, AB. Wat is jou gedagtes oor RCB en waar gaan hulle eindig? Thanks for a bit of Afrikaans. Good evening, ABs. What that means. What are your thoughts about RCB finishing in the top 2? Very, very important. Lots of love from Hyderabad. Thanks there, RCB fan. It will be fantastic. And I love your shirt, by the way. Number 17 there. I can see it. They've got to take everything they have to make sure they finish top 2. It's such a big incentive, people. And you get towards the back end of the tournament, you are tired, and you really don't need to travel somewhere else to play another qualifier. You really need to be in the top 2 to try and get that win and straight to the final. Such a big incentive on what's the longest tournament in the world. So yes, by all means, it will play a huge role. And they've got to go out attacking and try and win towards the back end of this tournament. Last question, very random one. Let's have a look. Are you human? Basir Rajput. I don't know. Sometimes I honestly doubt if I'm human. I have some funny thoughts in my mind. I say some crazy stuff sometimes. I honestly feel like that little dude sometimes. So I'm a bit of a dreamer. I love thinking about all kinds of things. My mind is on the moon sometimes. I love seeing the best in all situations. I feel life is short. So you got to take every opportunity to have moments and create memories. And the only way to do that is to have a good balance in life. You can't have too much of a good thing because that becomes boring then. But I think I'm human. The last time I checked, still 2 arms, eyes, mouth. Yeah, that's all. Thanks, Basir, for that. Guys, Punjab Kings won. Great news for all fans. Yuzi, I'm very happy for him. I mean, we support Punjab. I think it's our second team in the house. My kids love Yuzi. So Great win for them. Well done for sticking to your guns and realizing that you're playing against a team that's already been knocked out, and they just stuck to their guns, kept doing the basics well, even after being beaten all over the park in the first 6 overs. They managed to find a way to just stay intact because they know the beauty of sport. They know momentum shifts. There's not one sporting event that I've ever watched that has just been completely one-way traffic. There's always a little bit of a something happening. All right, a little bit of an upstream swim from the opponent. And then you've got to sort of manage and try and figure out, how do I get past this obstacle, and then try and get the momentum going again. So well done, Shreyas Iyer, Ricky Ponting, and the team. Fantastic season so far and a wonderful win, going to 17 points alongside RCB. But all eyes will be going towards the game starting now in 14 minutes. DC, GT, huge game for both teams. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. I want to thank all my artists out there again for creating fantastic art. It was all about the alien theme. You guys, honestly, I do think you feel I'm an alien. But anyway, follow me in social media platforms, people. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Also, share, like, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for joining me on this lovely Sunday afternoon, the 18th of May. Have a wonderful Sunday and all the very best for the weekend. I'll see you guys this coming Wednesday, I think. Take care now. Bye.